everyone, Luke here. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, it's not going to be a very long video, but the main point I want to make is my main disagreement with Dr. Wilson's website. Now, before I say what it is, it's important that you realize that I do believe that website is the truth. I've talked about this in previous videos. Not only do I believe it's the truth, but I also believe it's probably the greatest source of truth that we have in the modern world today. As strange as that may sound to many of you. It's important to realize that although that website is the truth, that the truth is always unfolding, right? And as Dr. Wilson becomes more aware of certain truths, that it changes, right? So I've seen the supplement programs change a little bit over time. Certain supplements have been added. The diets have changed a little bit. Certain detox procedures have been added, and some are now a little bit more important than others. And so you have to realize that although the website is the truth is also changing as we become more aware of it. And just because the overall work is mostly truth doesn't mean that our awareness of the truth grows and that it has to be edited. Our view of the truth has to be edited at certain times, okay? So that's important to realize. But I do actually agree with most of the things on his website, the vast majority of it, no matter how esoteric it is, and even the political stuff, even like the soul science stuff and things like that. Not because I necessarily really truly understand all of it, but because everything else I've seen as part of his work has been true so far. And intuitively, I do think it is the truth, right? I'm pretty good at tuning to the truth intuitively, I believe. I was told from the very beginning that his website was truth even 5 or 6 years ago when I first discovered it. And that includes even the more esoteric things, even though, again, I may not completely understand them. Okay. Now, let's get back to my main disagreement with the website. And it's not a disagreement with a subject that may be wrong or right. My main beef is how the website is laid out and sometimes how it comes across to people, especially about a certain subject, right? And that is an overemphasis, I think, on the diet compared to the pulling down exercise. That's my main disagreement with his website, okay? So too much emphasis on diet specifics. Too much emphasis on diet specifics. When compared, okay, so especially when compared, we'll say, especially when compared to pulling down exercise. Okay, so as you may or may not know, especially on Dr. Wilson's new diet recommendations, he gets very, very specific. Now, again, I do believe it is the truth, right? So when he says things, for example, like eat 1 cooked cherry tomato a week, or eat a slice of golden beet a week, or you should only cook the vegetables till they're soft in a pressure cooker with water. That's very specific, right? And it is the truth, right? So I do believe the healthiest way to eat your vegetables is cooked in a pressure cooker with a little bit of water till they're soft. I do believe all the very small details he adds, such as like, adding tarragon for 4 loaves, adding in the certain vegetables he likes, like once a week even. So very, very specific. Eating blue corn every day. I think that's all true. But even though it's true, I think that sometimes the website doesn't do a good enough job of taking a step back and reiterating to people, especially people that are just beginning, that like, okay, although this is the truth, and ultimately if you would heal faster and develop faster if you follow the diet this precisely, it's not as important as incorporating other parts of the program, and the program as a whole. Doing the program as a whole, especially the pulling down exercise, is more important than following the diet that precisely. For example, like the pulling down exercise, right? What's more important? You actually learn the pulling down exercise and you do it at least, like let's do an hour example. So an hour long So we're going to make the assumption that you know how to do the pulling down exercise powerfully and you can do it for an hour, right? So we're going to say 1 hour powerful pulling down. So what's more important? You eat 1 slice of golden beet a week, or you're doing the pulling down exercise powerfully once a day for that whole week? Well, I would say that the 1 hour of doing the pulling down exercise is much, much more important. Maybe not much more important, but it's much more important than eating 1 slice of golden beet a day, or eating 1 cooked cherry tomato a day, or the very, very fine detailing of the diet, okay? And I've talked about this in previous videos. So that's it. That's my main disagreement with the website. It's not necessarily what it's saying, because I think what it's saying for the vast majority of it is true. So when he's saying when he's talking about those very, very specific diet things, it's true. Okay, it's true. When he says you shouldn't stir fry with olive oil because it makes the toxins, I think it's true. When he talks about using a very specific form of salt or rotating your salts, that's all true. But those fine details are not as important as learning the pulling down exercise or even doing other parts of the program, right? I would rather you be taking your supplements off of a current hair test and be faithful about your supplements 3 times a day than worrying about the last fine tuning of the 10% of the diet. You know what I mean? You know, as long as you're doing the diet for like 90% of it, I'd still rather you be doing the pulling down exercise an hour. I'd rather you be doing coffee enemas, sauna, using the supplements, etc. So the big picture is just keep it all relative, you guys. Keep it relative. Use your logical brains. And this is especially true if you're new to the program. Okay, so I think hand in hand with maybe sometimes the website not emphasizing that enough, it's also emphasizing that, you know, if you're new to the program, you're not going to be able to get it perfect right away. And that you need to focus on just doing the program as a whole, learning about taking the supplements, learning about eating healthier and going to bed early. You know, I'd rather people, if you're going to bed at 12 p.m., I'd much rather you go to bed at 9 p.m. than eat 1 slice of golden beet a week. Okay? And again, I've made similar videos to this, but I want you to realize that this is my main. It's not really a disagreement so much, even though I labeled the video as a disagreement with this website. It's more like a disagreement with how sometimes it's worded, and it needs to be. Sometimes I think the website could be put into context better. Okay, so there should be like asides on the website, like, okay, we think you should eat 1 slice of golden beet a week, but keep in mind, you know, it's more important that you're doing the rest of the program. And then if you're already doing everything perfectly, then maybe you should add in a slice of golden beet and you can further refine it. You know what I mean? If you want to continue further refining your program. Okay? So that's it. Just remember, keep it all relative. Okay? Use your logical brain. The whole program helps health. The more of the program you do, okay? And instead of really, really fine-tuning the last 10% of any part of the program, maybe work on something that you've only got 50% down, okay? If you haven't mastered the pulling down exercise, then you shouldn't be worrying about if you ate 1 cooked cherry tomato a week, okay? Or if you're cooking your vegetables absolutely perfectly and rotating your vegetables and your sea salt every week. You should worry about doing the pulling down exercise. You should worry about learning how to go to bed early. You should be learning about remembering to take your supplements 3 times a day. You should be remembering to drink enough water, etc., etc. And as always, love yourself, forgive yourself, and do the best that you can each and every day. Hope this video helps you guys out, and I'll talk to you later.